High Court in Pretoria is ruling on Norma Gigaba's constitutional challenge to her arrest by the Hawks. The wife of the former Minister Malusi Gigaba was arrested for allegedly damaging a car belonging to a friend of estranged last year. Let's take you there to live court proceedings.
The question is, was the arrest lawful and constitutional? Is the prosecution lawful and constitutional? Thirdly, was the confiscation of the ICT equipment lawful and constitutional? The applicant's version is briefly as follows: that the applicant voluntarily indicated which cellular phone had been in respect of the communication with Mr. Siyaya and offered it to the policeman. They stated that according to the law, they had to take each and every such gadget in her possession, regardless of whether or not it had been in the commission of the relevant offence. The applicant requested to call her lawyer and was advised that the right to talk to a lawyer did not apply to the Hawks, but only to investigation carried out by the regular police. The applicant pleaded that she required the use of her laptop as she is a part-time student and dependent thereon during COVID-19. The applicant consulted a friend who advised her that the police conduct was unlawful and advised her to make inquiries at the Brooklyn police station. And upon arrival at that station at about 9 p.m., applicant was informed that 2 cases had been opened, but dockets had been booked out by the Hawks. They knew nothing about the alleged assault charge, and they also advised that the applicant to get legal assistance. They also revealed that it was the domain of the Hawks that were involved in the investigation, and to make matters worse, it was the Hawks from Mpumalanga province, which sounded pretty strange to the parties and to the court as to why a division of the Hawks in Mpumalanga has to be involved in matters that are effectively in Tswane. Be that as it may, after being what is known as a SIM swap, the applicant discovered that some of the information had been wiped off and she no longer had access to the social media applications. Some of the messages were deleted, and the applicant informed Gigaba that unless her gadgets have been returned by the evening, legal proceedings would be instituted for the return. On the following Saturday, that's the 1st of August 2020, while arrangements were underway to bring a High Court application to secure applicant's release, and her attorney and prosecutor reached agreement, which resulted in a release on 5,000 rands bail, approximately 26 hours after the arrest. It further transpired that the Hawks had made an application in terms of Section 43 of the Criminal Procedure Act and obtained a warrant of arrest from the magistrate, from one magistrate, King, based on the information contained in the docket compiled by the Hawks. On the 2nd of August 2020, following the release of the applicant, her attorney has demanded the release of the gadgets by no later than 700 hours on the 3rd of August 2020, failing which they would bring an urgent application to this court. Applicants explained that pending the criminal trial, which was postponed to allow for the bringing of an application, that she had been deprived of her equipment as well as certain information which provided her legal representatives to adequately prepare, and as a direct result of the abuse of power by organs of the state, her politically affiliated husband was able to manipulate aspects relating to this matter. There are various events that occurred in the course of the matter and the trial itself, and I do not intend dealing with these as they are fully dealt with in the comprehensive judgment. Having considered the facts of this matter, the argument by both counsel, extensive argument by both counsel, and the submissions that have been made, I make the following order. The application is granted on an urgent basis. The decision of the 4th and 5th respondents to apply for the warrant of arrest of the applicant is unlawful. The decision to execute a warrant of arrest by the 4th, 5th respondents is unlawful. The respondents are ordered to restore all information unlawfully removed from the applicant. The 3rd, 4th, 5th respondents are directed to return the information which was downloaded from the electronic gadgets and the gadgets of the applicant by the respondents, including the information contained in discs 1 to 6, referred to herewith. The costs of this application will be borne by the third, fourth, and fifth respondents on an attorney and client scale. The full judgment is therefore handed down. Court will adjourn.
All right, there you go. The breaking news on the agenda's watch. The High Court in Pretoria ruling on Norma Gigaba's challenge to her arrest by the Hawks for allegedly damaging a car. The application granted on an urgent basis, and from what we've heard is that the decision to authorize arrest is unlawful. We're going to get in our reporter Offensive Satima to get some clarity on the decisions. We've just had a bit of an issue with regards to hearing the exact judgment. I just had some technical issues, but I will bring in Offensive Satima. We'll get you the very latest with regards to this breaking news on our watch.